What up, Stackers? Big Stack McGee here. How are you doing today? Well, it is a beautiful, pleasant Saturday where I'm at, and it's been about a week and a half since I've been able to make a video. Things have been very, very busy around here, and, you know, that's okay. It's good to be busy, I guess, but I have missed my Friday unboxings. I apologize. But here we go on a Saturday one, so I do have a package to open here in a moment. But first, a little bit of a rant. So, I'm not sure how many of you are affected, but recently, the state that I'm in has just enacted, based on a Supreme Court decision that was, I think, this past summer, they basically made it a mandate that anything that is bought online from another state must collect sales tax now. And so that was not the case up until the beginning of this month. So that's a huge bummer for me. I'm all for paying my fair share, I guess. But when it comes to finding deals, sometimes that's a pretty big deal killer, is having to pay sales tax on bullion. Where I live, I'm able to pick up some, locally without sales tax, which is great. But I'm also used to being able to purchase it online without having to pay sales tax on it. So it's a pretty big deal killer. I was just getting ready to spend some of my eBay bucks that had been stacked up. I just saw $50 had picked up a nice gold coin with his, and so I was going to do a similar thing, and I went to go check out. I found a great deal, and I was on, AppMex on eBay, I believe, is where I was, and I went to go check out, and I'm like, wait a minute, because that had never happened before, where it shows up with sales tax, and, it's just a bummer, I guess, especially when I can buy it locally without having to pay sales tax. The fact that because I'm buying it online now, it's forcing me to do so. So that, I went back and found the news articles that explained what was going on, but, hey, that just wasn't what I was expecting, and so I guess is the end of finding those special deals on eBay Bucks without paying sales tax, is that done? And I don't know, to be honest. I guess it's kind of undiscovered territory here. But I was able to get other things from other sellers without having to do that, smaller places. It was still bullion dealers online, but I think because of the volume that AppMex does, they immediately switched it over. But if anyone else has any thoughts on that, do you live in a state where that's a new thing, or have you always had to pay sales tax for online purchases? But just let me know. I'm curious to hear your comments on that. Having said that, I do have this package here, and I'm excited to rip into it. So let's go ahead and see what I got. Okay, so we have a nice, shiny 10-ounce silver bar from the Royal Canadian Mint. This is one of their 10-ounce bars. Very shiny here. See if we can get a little close-up on that pattern. It's pretty nice. I have a couple other Royal Canadian silver bars in the past. One of this newer design. I also have an old school one, much more of a squatter rectangle than this. And I don't know, I just really like them. It's nice. There's not a ton of government issue silver bars out there, and it was nice when the Royal Canadian Mint decided to do that again. Especially when they can be picked up with the same kind of cheap premiums that generics can be. So another 10-ounce silver bar to add the stack. Love the silver bars. I still have people asking if I'd be willing to do a full silver bar stack video here at some point, and I definitely would like to do that. To be very honest with you, though, I think the only thing that holds me back right now is that I keep my silver in more than one location, and just the act of going and getting it all and making sure that I have it all together from the places that I have it make it a little bit of a challenge. Some travel involved. So when the opportunity presents itself to be able to do a full silver bar stack, I will take the opportunity, because I think that'd be cool. It's been a while, several years since I've done one, so and I keep buying them. So there you go, 10 ounces of silver. So I guess just a few other thoughts based on pickups and whatnot. I purchase primarily online. And the reason is that the local coin shop, and I can use that in air quotes, local coin shop is for me about an hour away. And so I love the place. I have a fantastic local coin shop, but it's in an area where I don't typically go unless I'm going to the coin shop. So I tend to go about once every couple months. And I almost always pick up something when I go. But I just don't find as good a deals there as I tend to online. And boy, it's just easy to pick stuff up, or it has been in the past. But now, knowing that APMEX is always going to charge sales tax for me, I just don't know that that's going to be an option for me anymore. And let's back up just another second. So, and I love APMEX. I love their variety. They're overpriced most of the time compared to some of the other bullion dealers, JM Bullion, Provident. There's many others. But the thing is that I can always find eBay bucks deals from APMEX. And so that's why I tend to use them. And for those of you that are wondering, like, how can you get like a silver bar, or how can you do those, bullion things using eBay bucks? Again, there's a lot of videos out there explaining this, but essentially, you can only buy, you can't use bullion categories for eBay bucks promotions. However, you can find bullion in categories that are not listed as bullion. For instance, sometimes you might be able to find a Canadian silver bar under Coins of Canada, and that's not listed as bullion, and so therefore it qualifies. And some bullion dealers are kind of wise to this, and they know that if they list them in a certain way, that you'll be able to do that. Here's another example: would be Silver Coin Mart. No, what am I thinking of? Modern Coin Mart. Modern Coin Mart frequently lists tubes of Canadian Eagles, tubes of Canadian Maples and tubes of American Silver Eagles under coins of, U.S. coins or Coins of Canada, and they are not under bullion categories, and therefore those rolls become eligible for eBay bucks. So that's how some of us are able to take advantage of that, because I always get comments being like, how in the world can you buy bullion using eBay bucks? It specifically says you can't. It's just you can't buy from those categories. So it totally matters where they're listed under. But, so the question remains, is my days in utilizing APMEX a thing of the past? I don't know. And also, are the other bullion dealers, are they all doing the same thing? Is it all automatically going to deduct sales tax? So if that's the case, that's just a huge bummer, because that's going to completely change how I stack. And whether or not the eBay bucks promotions work. I'm not a huge fan of buying stuff silver and gold on eBay from places other than bullion houses, because there's the trust factor. There's a lot of fakes out there. I have no problem buying from APMEX. I trust APMEX, implicitly, that the products that they're going to ship out are going to be what I believe them to be. But boy, buying gold coins from people that have only a few transactions or something like that is just not something I do. So I'm curious if this is impacting any of the rest of you out there, and if so, what's your strategy? Are you just going to bite the bullet and pay the sales tax? I know for my friends that are over in Europe and whatever with your VATs and whatnot, you don't have a whole lot of choice, and so it might be that I don't have a whole lot of choice, other than the fact that at my LCS I can pick up sales tax free bullion and whatnot. So that's kind of where I'm at. Not quite sure how things are going to go, but I would love to have a little bit of a discussion about that. So if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments below, please. And next, I had a really fun time doing a live stream a couple weeks ago when I was at my buddy's house. I'd like to do another live stream soon. A lot of it depends on when I have free time and free space. As I mentioned in my live stream, my kids don't really know that I am an active YouTuber and whatnot. They love YouTube for their own things that they do, but I'm not prepared to burden them with the knowledge that their father is on YouTube. So I generally wait till they're either sleeping or not around when I do my videos, or I do it here at work, etc. So if I have the opportunity this weekend, I might just see who's on and have a nice little chat. So we'll take a look. I'll try to put some kind of notification up that's coming up if that's the case. But regardless, I just appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me, and wearing some nice shiny silver on a Saturday morning. And thanks for stopping by. Please hit that like button if you're not done so. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell icon to be alerted for upcoming videos. And I'll be back at you real soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.